Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. His name is Mike Brenner. My name is Peter Loshak. We are the odds couple. We come to you from SBRodds.com, sportsbookreview.com. It's week 16 in the NFL. Yeah. Today is Wednesday the 21st, and right now we're going to talk about the Monday night game, Dallas's next game. The market has clearly caught up with Dallas, right? Once again, another win over a Tampa Bay, but another ATS loss. That makes 4 in a row ATS losses for Dallas. They're not losing straight up. The market has just caught up, and they're winning games but not covering. And here, once again, pretty big spread, not a huge one, but they're giving 7 points to Detroit. Detroit got popped the Giants. That's 2 straight ATS losses after a long run of ATS success for the Lions. Another question, how much is Stafford's finger hurting him? This is a tough one, Mike Brenner. What's your take?
It is a tough one. A good breakdown, Pete. You know, Dallas, I tweeted out the first half last week, and some of my followers said, what do you think of full game? I said, I'm not sold on that full game. And sure enough, they easily covered the half, didn't cover the game. And they are just really struggling for ATS-wise. But I think right now you got a quarterback that finally knows, guess what? I think this is my team right now. I think last week answered a hell of a lot of questions. I'm proud of the kid. But I just have a hard time going against Detroit. He's going to be on a surface that he's familiar with. Okay, because he loves playing indoors. I'm talking about Stafford, and he's just got too much of a fighter in him to let that finger affect him. That's a hell of a lot of points, Pete. Well, and the fact they're not.
Sometimes you can't help it, Mike Brenner. I mean, you might not want to let it affect him, but if it's affecting him, it's affecting him.
Of course, I know, but I think he's good. You know, you always say they're going to shoot him up with some damn good drugs, and they're going to let him get in there and get fired up.
True.
But I'm wondering how much of a deep breath Dallas took last week after that win, because that took a lot out of him. Tampa Bay brought it. You nailed that one. You called it. You took him with the points, if I'm correct. All right, I don't know, Pete. This is a 10-foot pole right now, but it's one of them games I'm just trying to stay away from.
All right.
But I'm dying to know what Joe's got to say
about this. Maybe Joe Duffy can shed some light on this. What's your take on this game, Joe?
Yeah, well, Magic Mike, you should know as much as anybody when you've got an injured middle finger that can really prevent you from doing your job. That being said, I still like Detroit here. Basically what you said, Dallas fits into my dichotomous straight up and ATS theory that in the NFL, and especially in the NBA has done well over the years, but in the NFL it does extremely well. It says when a team is winning but not covering, you want to continue to ride that ATS streak, or just the other extreme, if they're losing but they're continuing to cover, you ride the ATS streak. Look, you can't get a good line on Dallas. The public likes to bet teams that are winning straight up, and I've said it many times, the single most overrated statistic when it comes to handicapping is straight up record. In fact, specifically, and this is rare, when a team has a straight up winning percentage of better than 800, but they're on a 4-game ATS losing streak going back to 1988. There have only been 11 previous occasions. Teams are only 4-7 straight up and 3-8 against the spread. So in a regression of the mean sport, I do like Detroit here.
I like that deep down breakdown. Where do you find that stuff, Joe?
I mean, before their 2 ATS losses, Detroit was an ATS machine.
Yes, they were. And but you know what I did read? I read that Stafford's feeling pretty good, and also I read that they're feeling good as a team coming into this game. So this could be the spot. I like the breakdown, Joe.
All right, go ahead, Joe.
No, I was going to say, yes, Stafford is finally having that year that everyone's expected of him. But remember, in the past, I've always said he's a predictably unpredictable quarterback coming off of a loss as a big underdog. When you least expect it. Now that people are sort of semi-counting him out again, this is usually when he does play his best.
No, but he didn't just have a dud. He played badly because of an injury. That's totally different, right?
I definitely agree with you there. That worries me. Like I said, when you have an injured finger on your throwing hand, supposedly it really affected Kurt Warner, though that was a thumb several years ago. That is a very tough injury to overcome. But I still think that Dallas just a little bit overvalued here.
You know what I think about it? I don't know if shooting drugs up is going to help that middle finger, because that's a tough one right there. It's different when it's a knee, an ankle, or a foot.
Right, or a muscle.
I'm staying off.
All right, it's a tough game. Joe Duffy, though, leaning Detroit +7. Can't disagree with it. Joe Duffy's been doing this a long time, very successfully. Tell us about your website, Joe Duffy, and what you do there.
And we are back on fire literally in every single sport. Don't forget not just the NFL, but the bowls, and we're still picking basketball winners. Before placing a bet, just visit offshoreinsiders.com. We'll give you all the details on our latest run and what we've got for that night.
All right. Thanks, Joe.
Merry Christmas, Joe.
Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah.
All right, buddy. Good stuff.
Research before you bet. Be sure to check out SBR Picks for the best game predictions, breakdowns, and much, much more.